Good morning and happy Monday, Hornets. Welcome back to your daily dose of Beach Grove Student News. I'm John Pasianos.
And I'm Kiana Baxter. Today we will be taking a look at the upcoming spring spec class elections and, as always, sports.
But first, here's Airtwan McDaniels with your weather weekly forecast.
Thank you and good morning, Beach Grove. Welcome to this week's weather update. It'll be very nice outside, as today we'll have a high of 77 and a low of 58. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the rest of the week, as tomorrow will bring us showers with a high of 71 and a low of 51. Wednesday, there is a 40% chance of scattered thunderstorms with a high of 79 and a low of 65. On Thursday, there is no doubt that we will have thunderstorms and will have a high of 68 and a low of 48. Capping off the weekday, Friday will be very cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 44. That's all for your weather update. Now let's toss it back to Tiana and John for the rest of your daily news.
Class elections are today. Make sure you go vote in the cafeteria. You will need your Chromebook in order to vote.
Starting with the class of 2022, running for president, you have the choice of Colin Wright and Riley Jeffries. For vice president, you have Sophie Simon and Jacob Stevens. And for secretary, you have Renee Shaw. And for treasurer, you have Christian Lamb. Your class representatives will be Matthew Pettigrew and Desiree Cruz.
For the class of 2021 is seeing a lot of new people as well as the same faces. Here is the student council and your candidates. For the class president, Juliet Kaufman and Aaron Richard. Class Vice President, Alexa Peak and Michaela Wood. For Secretary, Gabby Van. And finally, for Treasurer, Lily Turner and Gracie Randall this year.
From the class of 2020, running for Student Council, Lindsay Glover will be running for President, Cody Boone and Dominic Wilburn will be running for Class Vice President, Alexis Burgess is running for Secretary, and finally, Serenity Moore and Bree Mills are running for Treasurer. Make sure you do go vote today in the cafeteria and make sure you have your Chromebooks charged with you in order to vote. We will be announcing the winners of the election sometime this week.
Also, don't forget that elections for Marion County are tomorrow, May 7th. Make sure you remind your parents to go out and vote at their designated precincts. An IMPD officer was shot while responding to a shoplifting incident on Sunday evening. The shooting happened around 7:30 p.m., police say. The officer was attempting to apprehend the shoplifter when the two got physical and the officer was shot. The officer was treated on the scene and then taken to Eskenazi Hospital, where he was in good condition. Police have not issued any additional info on the suspect.
As the year is coming to an end, there are many different events happening. Here's Talia with more about the spring spec.
Good morning, Hornets. Today we'll be giving you some more information on this year's Spring Spectacular. This year's Spring Spectacular will be the 41st annual one for BGHS, and the title name will be Life Support, the music that enriches our lives. Pre-sale tickets will be on sale for $8 in the BGHS auditorium lobby from 6:30 to 9 p.m. during evening rehearsals this week, starting today up until Friday. There will also be additional ticket sales Monday, May 13th through Friday, May 17th. The show will be open to anyone in the Beach Grove area or outside of the Beach Grove area. Also, seniors 60 years and older with the Hornet Gold Card may attend Spring Spectacular and no extra charge. They will just have to show their card at the door. Here I am with two different students to get more information on Spring Spec.
Spring Spec is a program at the end of the year around May that has 2-week rehearsals leading up to it, and everybody basically just bonds together.
Yeah, basically 3 choirs, chamber girls and jubes, all have separate things that they sing, and we also sing some of them together. We also sing a song with the middle school. It's going to be on May 18th, which is a Saturday, and basically we have 4 to 9 rehearsals for 2 weeks, starting today, leading up to it.
And I'm Talia Penner with Beach Grove Student News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Buckingham Palace just announced that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry have welcomed their very first child, a baby boy weighing 7 pounds and 3 ounces. Congratulations to Meghan and Harry on their very first baby boy.
Now let's toss it over to my good buddy Jonathan to answer sports.
Thanks, John. Hello, Hornets, and welcome to sports. The Indy Star Sports Awards were this Sunday, with Coach Mike Renfro winning Coach of the Year and the Beach Grove Hornets winning the Top Team Fan Vote Award. Here is Coach Renfro with how it felt winning after such a long season of ups and downs.
I think it shows the dedication of our basketball team and our boys, the sacrifice that they made throughout the whole season, and definitely showing that the hard work definitely pays off. And to be able to be on stage all together again and receive that award, they definitely deserve it for sure.
We also asked what the players' first reactions were after winning the award.
Very surprised, very excited. You got up in front of, a ton of people and real giddy, I guess you'd say. And I was hoping that, a couple of the seniors were going to talk, but they pinned it on me again, of course. But the real neat thing was after we received the award and went backstage, Danica Patrick was back there, and we got to take pictures and conversate with her on the red carpet afterwards. So I think that was kind of a highlight as well, because I know a lot of the boys were looking forward to meeting her and taking pictures with her.
Tonight, girls varsity tennis will have a Marion County tournament match against Ben Davis, and varsity baseball will host Triton Central at Sarah T. Bolton Park. Tomorrow morning, there will be a football call-out meeting in Mr. Weller's room. Please attend if you plan to play football next year. In NBA news, there are a few games over the weekend since our last show, starting with the Warriors and Rockets in Houston. Kevin Durant put up 46, and Draymond Green had a triple-double, so it is hard to believe that they did not win Game 3, but the Rockets would win 126-121. Curry had 19 and struggled especially late. Harden had 41, and Eric Gordon put up 30. They played nearly perfect, which they are going to need to do tonight as well in Game 4. Yesterday's game included the Raptors and 76ers in Philly for Game 4. The Raptors would win 101-96, and Game 5 is tomorrow with the series tied at 2 games apiece. For the competitive Western Conference Series, the Nuggets and Blazers played twice since our last show, both in Portland. The first game went into 4 overtimes and was overall a very exciting game. Jokic put up 40 and Lillard put up 33. The Blazers would win that game, but last night did not go as well. Lillard only scored 28, and McCollum did well with 29, and Seth Curry had 16 off the bench. Jamal Murray has been on fire and dropped 34 last night, and Jokic added a triple-double with 21. The series is now currently tied as they head back to the Mile High City for Game 5. In tonight's game, the Celtics and Bucks will play in Boston. The Bucks did very well scoring last game, so Boston will need help from their young scorers. It starts at 7. For the most highly anticipated game, the Warriors and Rockets tip off at 9:30. The Warriors have been unstoppable on offense, so Houston will need to slow KD down to win, along with Harden getting his shots up and going in. They look to tie the series at 2 games apiece. Over the weekend, the annual Kentucky Derby occurred and had an unlikely turnout. With the horses coming around their final turn, the lead jockey and his horse Maximum Security cut off another racer. They were by far the favorite to win and did it first, but a challenge by the runner-up Country House would come out victorious. Maximum Security was disqualified, which would give Country House the 2019 Kentucky Derby win. In the NHL, the series between St. Louis and Dallas is going to 7 games after the Blues won 4-2 yesterday. San Jose has a 3-2 lead over Colorado. Boston has a 3-2 lead over Columbus, and the Carolina Hurricanes clinched an Eastern Conference Finals appearance last Friday when they swept the New York Islanders. They will play either Boston or Columbus. The Indianapolis Grand Prix will take place this weekend at the Brickyard. This race is a combined road course at the Speedway, 2 weeks before the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. The IHSAA Executive Committee had a meeting in April. Here I am with some more info on a new rule for football that the committee approved.
There will be a mercy rule in Indiana high school football next season. On April 30th, the IHSAA Executive Committee approved a mercy rule that will go into effect this fall. The rule is that when a point differential reaches 35 points in the second half, the game clock will convert to a running clock for the remainder of the game, with the exceptions of timeouts, scores, and injuries. To learn more about what high school football coaches think about this rule, I went and asked Beech Grove's coach, Mr. Weller, about his opinion on it.
I think it's good. The coaches have handled it pretty well in the past. If a game got out of hand, we would kind of meet with the other coach and the officials and run it anyways. Now we just have legislation that encourages that. So 35-point margin in the second half will be an automatic running clock, and I think it's a good idea.
I then asked Coach Weller if implementing this rule would be a good stepping stone to get other rules, like seeding the postseason tournament that decides a state champion. Here's his take.
Well, it's give and take. The IHSAA wants certain rules, the football coaches want certain rules, and it's kind of a give and take thing. Hopefully this will move more towards a seeded tournament, but that's a hot topic, and I just think there's too many factors right now that they're not willing to deal with for that.
The IHSAA didn't make many other landmark rulings at the April meeting, but it'll be fun to see what the future brings with these new rules. For BGSN Sports, I am Jonathan Dans.
That's all for your daily dose of BGSN. I'm Tiana Baxter.
And I'm John Pasianos. Have a fantastic day and a wonderful week, Hornets.